I've spent the past 7 years traveling the world perfecting my craft. You see, I'm something of a magician, inventor, and chocolate maker. So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that, reverse it.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course.
You can't get a shop without selling chocolate, and you can't sell chocolate without a shop.
What are we gonna do, Willy? Huh?
I got an idea.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Gallery Gourmet, my name is Willy Wonka.
You could change her life, Mr. Wonka. Change all their lives.
Every good thing in this world started with a dream. So you hold on to yours.
Who's for a Humberchuck?
Embark on a whimsical journey through a cinematic tale of confectionary wonder and ambition. Follow the exploits of a quirky candy maker as he navigates through a world of delightful sweets and unexpected challenges. Discover the magic of this beloved film adaptation in our captivating exploration. Aspiring chocolatier, magician, and inventor Willy Wonka, played by Timothée Chalamet, travels to Europe to open his chocolate shop at the Galleries Gourmet. After depleting his little money, he is coerced to stay at Mrs. Scribbit, played by Olivia Colman's boarding house, by her henchman, Bleacher, played by Tom Davis. Wonka signs a contract without reading, despite the orphan Noodle, played by Calla Lane's advice to read the fine print, because he lacks literacy. In an effort to pay them back, Wonka tries to sell hoverchocks, or chocolates that can make people fly. However, 3 competitor chocolatiers, Mr. Slugworth, played by Patterson Joseph, Mr. Prodnose, played by Matt Lucas, and Mr. Fickelgruber, played by Matthew Boynton, make fun of him for trying to sell chocolates without having a real store. They call the chief of police, played by Keegan-Michael Key, to seize his money. Unable to pay the expensive fees imposed on him by the contract, Wonka is captured and forced to work in a laundrette for Mrs. Scribbit alongside other captives, Abacus Crunch, played by Jim Carter, Piper Benz, played by Natasha Rothwell, Lottie Bell, played by Rocky Thakrar, and Larry Chucklesworth, played by Rich Fulcher. Later, Wonka tells Noodle that his affinity for chocolate stems from his late mother, played by Sally Hawkins. Wonka promises Noodle a lifetime supply of chocolates in return for her help in escaping. Elsewhere, Mr. Slugworth, Mr. Prodnose, and Mr. Fickelgruber manage to persuade the chief of police to take care of Wonka. Wonka escapes with the help of Noodle after they trick Bleacher and Scrubbit into falling in love with each other. Wonka talks to Noodle about the theft of his chocolates by an enigmatic orange man who has been stealing them for years. To produce his signature chocolate, Wonka and Noodle travel to the local zoo, milking Abigail the giraffe. After a run-in with the chief of police, they return back. Wonka and Noodle learn from Abacus of the chocolate cartel, who work together to stow their chocolate in a vault underneath the cathedral. The cartel leader, Mr. Slugworth, had previously fired Abacus as his accountant. Wonka and his new friends embark on a chocolate-selling journey to alleviate their debts while using sewage tunnels underneath the city to evade Scribbit, the police, and the chief. Noodle starts to teach Wonka. Later, Wonka encounters an Oompa-Loompa named Lofty, played by Hugh Grant. After trapping him in a jar, the Oompa-Loompa seeks reimbursement for the cocoa beans that Wonka unknowingly stole from Loompaland years earlier under Lofty's watch, resulting in Lofty's exile. He also manages to trick Wonka into opening the jar, and escapes with the chocolates. Wonka manages to open his dream chocolate store. The chief and the chocolate cartel, who are now unable to arrest him since he has a legitimate shop, reveal Wonka's shop to Scribbit and Bleacher. They poison his chocolates with ingredients that cause hair to grow and change color. As a result, the shop's furious customers ransack Wonka's store and cause a fire that destroys the establishment. Wonka agrees to the cartel's offer to leave town by ship to pay off everyone's debts. On the boat with Lofty, Wonka learns that Noodle is Slugworth's niece, daughter of his late brother Zebedee, just before they are forced to jump into the sea and swim to shore after learning the boat is rigged to explode. At Scribbit's, all her captives are freed, except Noodle, as Slugworth had paid Scribbit to keep her there indefinitely. Wonka rescues Noodle with the help of the group, and they devise a strategy to obtain the cartel's incriminating account book. Wonka and Noodle infiltrate the cartel's base. They are confronted by the cartel leaders, with Slugworth revealing that he sent Noodle, who was reported dead, to her mother, Dorothy, to Scrubbit in order to eliminate her claim to the family fortune. Wonka gives Slugworth the jar of hoverchocks to give to Lofty if he finds him. The cartel then locks Wonka and Noodle in the vault and attempts to drown them in chocolate, but Lofty rescues them and they expose the cartel's misdeeds to the authorities and the public. The cartel meets their downfall as they float away. Wonka's friends release the cartel's chocolate reserve through a fountain, now laced with Wonka's unique ingredients, ruining the cartel's enterprise. Wonka unwraps the last chocolate bar his mother had given him, discovering a golden paper with a message saying the secret is not the chocolate that matters, it's the people you share it with, so he shares it with his friends. He later helps Noodle in reuniting with Dorothy at the library, settles his debt with Lofty, and finds an abandoned castle for sale where he builds and opens his very own chocolate factory, with Lofty joining him as a tasting chef. A scene during the mid-credits shows Scrubbit and Bleacher being arrested, after their effort to destroy the evidence of destroying Wonka's shop by drinking it backfired. Lofty explains how Wonka's buddies went back to their previous lifestyles. As we conclude our exploration of this enchanting cinematic journey, we invite you to ponder some lingering questions. What was your favorite whimsical candy creation from the film? Which character's journey resonated with you the most, and why? What moral lessons did you take away from Wonka's eccentric adventures? Join the discussion in the comments below and please give a like and share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for future updates. Thanks for watching.